Let's build a crypto portfolio. I wanted to make this video because I get a lot of questions about how to make passive income in crypto. And I want to help you think about the reward versus risk balance in making some passive income from your crypto holdings versus the risks that you take on. So I'll start by saying that you don't have to earn passive income from crypto to benefit from investing in it. If you just focus on holding Bitcoin, over the last 12 years, it's averaged nearly 200% returned in terms of the price growth per year. So if you just hold Bitcoin long term, your portfolio is going to go up. But many people do want to be earning income on the crypto investments in addition to holding it. So let's build out a sample portfolio, and we'll have the goal of earning 150,000 or higher in passive income every year. So the way we're going to do this is we'll start with a $2 million investment. Now you might not have 2 million, you might have 2,000 or 200, just divide it by 1,000 or the appropriate number. This is more of an exercise in thinking about how to allocate your portfolio to balance the reward versus risk. So we're going to focus on Bitcoin because it's the, I think, the only asset with a long-term track record, the most universal use case being money. I think Bitcoin has the most promise in the crypto space, but we're going to use some other assets to earn our passive income besides holding Bitcoin itself. So here's what we are going to do. We're going to start with $2 million. Again, you might not have that number, but it's just a way to look at the breakdown. And we are going to start by taking 1 million of that asset and holding in cold storage. So let's make this money. So we have $1 million and we're going to just put it on a Trezor. And our return on that would be 0, but that's okay because we're keeping the safe so we can invest the other 2 million. I'm sorry, the other 1 million. So of the remaining 1 million, we're going to take 500,000 and we're going to put it in crypto lending platforms. So API will be 5%, 0.05, right. And our return will be the amount we put in times the percent yield. So it will be, so how do we get 5% return from crypto lending? We are going to use a few different platforms. So CoinMarketCap has a directory of crypto interest rates. I don't really like it because it's not very accurate. It's like this BlockFi 8.6%, that's totally imaginary. Closer to 5%. Nexo, here it says 8%. Actually, Nexo returns 4% on crypto. And then you can increase that 1% by basically doing a 1 month term where it's locked for a month. You can increase it additional 1% by holding 10% in Nexo tokens, their platform tokens, and another 2% by earning the rewards in Nexo, but that's only available to non-US persons. So realistically, unless you want to buy a bunch of platform tokens that are very high risk, you're going to be getting 5%. So 5% is 5 to 6% is the best rate you're going to find among centralized crypto lending platforms on cryptocurrencies. And the two I like are Nexo and Celsius. So Nexo gives you, again, 4% base plus 1% for 1 month fixed terms. If you're not in the US, you can get extra 2% by earning it in Nexo. And then if you buy Nexo tokens, another 1%, but that's pretty risky. Celsius I like because on crypto, they will give you, again, you have to look at the fine print because on Bitcoin, the base rate is 6.2%, but that's only for the first quarter Bitcoin. After that, it's 3%. So always check the fine print here. On Ethereum, it's 5.35% on the first 100 Ethereum. That's a little better. So oftentimes you want to hold a bunch of them so you can get the promotional rewards. Led and a lot of these platforms have similar deals. Coin loan, a lot of them are the same in terms of having a high initial rate for smaller amounts. So that gives us 5% return, 25,000 on $500,000. All right, next we're going to take another $250,000 and our goal will be 10% returns. And we're going to do that by putting them in stable coins. And stable coins you can hold on Celsius. I like. They are currently paying just over 10%. Pretty good. On stable coins such as GUSD, it averages around 9-10%, so that's quite doable. Okay, so that leaves us $250,000, and what we're going to do is, sorry, I struggled with this formatting, and we're going to put 125,000 in DeFi stable coins. So these are pegged to fiat currencies, but they are earning quite a bit more because they're more risky. And so one option here is the Anchor protocol, currently paying almost 20%. So again, it's linked to the dollar, paying 20% annual percentage return. The risk here is that the contract could get hacked, or maybe the team is malicious and you lose all your money. So it is a real risk, but I think you can get insurance for it. It's not extremely risky, so worth considering. There's a few options like that, stablecoin pairs that earn around this rate. So 20% is doable. All right. And so that means we get another 25,000 return. So let's up the risk to 35%. And we're going to put it on platform tokens. We're going to put 75,000 into this. Again, you know, if you have 2,000, just divide it by 1,000, and that will give us 26,000 in annual revenue. So what is a platform token? So for example, this is a DeFi exchange where you are converting from one asset to the other, and they have a native platform token called Cake. And if you just stake Cake, currently has a return of 77.49%. So what's the catch here? This return depends entirely on the continued growth on the platform. So a simple way to think about it is, this is really assuming that the currency is not being highly inflationary. This is just the growth rate of the platform. As the growth rate decreases, the return will decrease as well. But I think for last year, it's been pretty stable at this amount. And of course, there's always new platforms being launched. So there's the Cake token. This is on the Binance Smart Chain. If you go on the Avalanche chain, their platform token is the Joe token. And what's Joe currently returning? 40% per year just by holding Joe. So there's not dozens of these platforms. I think these two are more reputable, but there's always new ones coming out, and they're always very high when they first come out. So point being is that you can earn platform tokens that convert them back into Bitcoin or stable coins, and that will give you at least 35%, plus any underlying gain in the value of the platform token. So now we have another 75,000. And we're going to put this into various DAOs / Ponzi schemes. And we're going to get 100% return on these equals 75,000 per year. So the total we're going to get is 176,000 per year passive return. So because Ponzi schemes sound bad. So let's look at two examples. Olympus DAO. So this aims to be a stable coin where you have a basket of underlying stable assets linked to various fiat currencies like dollar, and then the actual value locked in the whole token is higher than the underlying value. So if you think of the dollar, there's some gold stored in Fort Knox, which is a tiny fraction of the actual value of all the dollars out there. So it's a similar model. Like the dollar is a Ponzi scheme in the sense that the government keeps printing new dollars and paying for stuff with them without actually creating that new value. So just because it's a Ponzi scheme doesn't mean that it will collapse very soon. This may be stable for many years, but it's very high risk because, again, the underlying assets it holds is, let's say, just under $1 billion, but it has a valuation of almost $4 billion. So worst case scenario is you lose 3/4 of your assets. Because it's possible that maybe the team is malicious behind this project, or that it gets hacked, but it's been audited. The team is well known. So if you want these high returns, you're just basically taking the risk that the project will keep growing. And if it collapses, you can lose up to 3/4 of the value of your asset. That's a simplification, but there's a lot of these projects. This is a popular one. Again, the reward for this is 7,000% return per year, right? That's a 70x return. If you want to be even more extreme, here's a clone of Olympus DAO called Wonderland, APY of 86,000 per year. 86 by 100, that's an 868x return per year. So these numbers are not sustainable, and if there's too much inflation of the underlying asset, just because the amount of asset you hold is being multiplied does not mean that the value of what you're holding goes up. But it's a similar model here. They have some basket of stable coins, and the value of the token is higher. And the earlier you get in, the higher the return rate, but the more risk and the more likely there is, the project is to collapse. But again, high risk, high return. So Wonderland is on the Avalanche chain. Olympus DAO is an Ethereum chain. The way I recommend you get into these, if you want to, is Trader Joe's XYZ is a DeFi exchange on the Avalanche chain, but you can buy with your AVAX tokens wrapped staked ohm, which is basically pegged to the ohm on the Ethereum chain. So if you buy the ohm, you're basically benefiting from this return. And then you can also buy here the time token, and then you stake the time token on Wonderland, and you get this incredible return, but again, very high risk. So where are we? The point here is that keep a large chunk of your Bitcoin in cold storage where it's safe from hacks, exploits, platforms collapsing. If you want extra return, you can put some on centralized crypto lending. You get a small return on your income. You can also put in stable coins, earn around 10%. And then there's riskier options, DeFi stable coins, platform tokens. Again, when you buy platform tokens, really you're taking a gamble that the platform will be successful. And DeFi is exploding right now, so the rates on these can be very high, 100% or higher, but you don't know what the future of the DeFi marketplace is. And then these DAOs that have much higher returns, there's a bunch of them nowadays, but very high risk. So you have to do your research. Again, I came across these two. Do your own research if you think they're sound investments. All right, so the goal here is just to show you how you can structure a crypto portfolio where you balance the safety of your assets versus getting a passive income. My recommendation again is keep most of it in Bitcoin, cold storage. Stable coins will be on the Ethereum or Avalanche or a few other branches. Good luck.